up, adventure buddies? Welcome back to this week's episode in our new series, RV Area.
In this episode, we all hiked the famous hike, the Narrows, in Zion National Park. Cue the intro. Parked right outside Zion National Park at Zion RV Campground. We got up super early, like always, and headed out for the hike.
Backing up a little bit, before we get into the hike, we thought we'd share a couple key changes around this hike as it relates to COVID-19. So something that is very new to Zion is they now implemented a shuttle ticketing service. So as before, you go onto the Zion shuttle as normal and they continue to go around and you didn't need a ticket. However, due to COVID-19, they're actually having a ticketing process and limiting the number of individuals who can actually obtain a ticket to go onto a shuttle. So we recommend checking out recreation.gov and booking your ticket for the specific time that you want to go, because if you don't, there's only a few other options to get to the trailhead. And one of those options would be renting a private shuttle, a bike, or hiking 8 miles from the park entrance to the trailhead. And you don't want to do that. Trust us, it is very hot in Zion National Park.
The shuttle ride, we walked on a concrete path for 1 mile, and right when we started to get bored, we stumbled upon the Narrows. Here we got off the concrete path and hiked right into the river. I love to recommend the hiking stick and the shoes because the shoes can give you a lot of grip on rocks, and the socks are kind of like wetsuits but for your feet, and they're awesome. And the stick basically helps you keep you up and keep getting you running.
This part was awesome. You had canyon walls on both sides of you, and the only way down the trail was through the Virgin River.
There were some times the water level got as high as my chest.
How was the water temperature? How do I describe this? Ice cubes.
The water temperature, I don't know how to explain it. It was just very cold.
Before we show you some more clips of the hike, we want to go over some important tips that would be important to do this hike. As you can see from the video, we rented some important gear from Zion Outfitters, including waterproof shoes and neoprene socks that kept your feet warm because it can get cold in this water. And we also got a hiking stick, which you may not think is a big deal, but when you are in uneven terrain, it is important to use that stick.
Like for the people who didn't have the right shoes or walking sticks, that is very simple. Fall, fall, fall.
speaking of hiking through the Virgin River, we want to call out the need to pay attention to the water quality when you go. What do I mean by that? Well, in the late summer months, there's typically a bloom of a specific algae that can actually be toxic in the water. Can't pronounce it, so I'm not even going to embarrass myself trying to, but what we recommend is you paying special attention by looking at the park's website for additional information, as well as paying attention to the placards throughout the national park itself. Now, we hiked through this particular algae bloom and we didn't have any problems, but the special instructions were that you were not to swim in the river, nor get your head underneath the water, and obviously don't drink the water. So we didn't do that and we were completely fine. But again, especially with those who are hiking with smaller kids or kids who just want to go swimming, you gotta pay special attention to that to make sure that they don't do that. Also, it's another reason why we felt it was important to invest in the shoes as well as the hiking stick from Zion Outfitters, because that helped ensure that as we walk through the uneven terrain, we were able to be stable and not fall face first into this toxic, hazardous water. So tip for you, check out the water condition before you hike the Narrows.
Another tip for this hike is that even though most of the park is unshaded and super hot, we recommend packing a light jacket or a light hoodie, as the Narrows is really shady and actually it got quite chilly.
My favorite part of the hike was probably hiking through waist deep water. It was kind of fun.
My favorite part of the hike was going down waist deep. What do you mean we have to come back and hike the same way we came?
So as Gianna indicated, hiking is normally a hard thing to sell to kids. And so the Narrows was a bit different. However, we did a 6-mile round trip, but that's out and back. So what we urge you to do is really plan out based on your activity level how far you want to go. If you go 2 miles into the river, you'll hit an iconic spot called Wall Street. That's where we decided to turn around. And so that was a 6-mile trip for us to enjoy the beautiful Narrows.
Last Narrows tip for you. Despite not liking it, we recommend getting up early and being one of the first out of the trails. Otherwise, the Narrows will get crowded.
All right, guys, just got done hiking the Narrows. Went about 6 miles total. Went up to Wall Street, which is one of the iconic spots to really see the Canyon Narrow. It was really super cool. The kids did absolutely amazing hiking through the water. The water temperature was fantastic, a lot warmer than what we felt at Canara Falls. But what we would say though, as Gianna mentioned, definitely recommend checking out Zion Outfitters, because that's where we got these sticks and the water shoes with the socks, because they were definitely super helpful in making this trek. We did see some individuals who did not have this and they struggled and did not make it very far. So definitely check out Zion Outfitters when you're going on the Narrows.
Overall, we had a fun time hiking the Narrows, and we're recommended to our friends. One of our favorite hikes ever.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to subscribe to see the next episode. And our next destination, we take on this RV in our series called RV There Yet. And remember, life's an adventure. Who are you going on with?